Okay, let's talk about tannins. Now, wine geeks tend to wax lyrical about them and get horribly carried away with emotive language. Are they smooth, jagged, elegant, silky, plush, integrated, fine-grained, or how about just grippy? You also get chemistry geeks talking about things like phenolic compounds and polymerization. Well, don't be scared, there's a lot to unpack, but it isn't as bad as it sounds. So the word tannin is a collective term for a group of chemicals, and it comes from the Latin, where the bark of trees was used to tan animal skins, and indeed it's a natural group of chemicals found in most plants. They come from 4 key places in wine: the skin of the grapes, the seeds, the stems, and if you use them, of course, the oak barrels. But you also find tannins in tea, almonds, dark chocolate, and spices like cinnamon and cloves. I'm sure you've all left a tea bag in for too long and found it rather grippy, there's that word. In a wine, they add bitterness, astringency, but most of all, complexity. So what on earth is going on? We can't get away completely from the science, but there are a few useful takeaways. First of all, tannins bind with proteins and turn into something solid. And it turns out there's plenty of protein in your saliva, so when you add a tannin to protein, it can cover your tongue with a strange residue. That is, of course, until, number 2, you add food, which has a bit of fattiness or acidity, and these work together and create a much more pleasant experience. That is why red wines work so well with so many kinds of stronger flavoured food. 3. The younger, shorter tannins that we find from the grape skins themselves can be a bit unpleasant to deal with, and the harder you press the grapes, just like squeezing a tea bag, the more of them you get. But, number 4, over time, they bind together to form longer chains, and they also bind with the wood tannins from the oak, and that process needs just a little bit of oxygen, which comes in through the cork or through the barrel. Often we would want to decant a very tannic wine so it gets that oxygen and helps it evolve and become a little bit less tight. 5. In the very long term, these tannins, the chains, get so complex and unstable they break up, often as solids, forming some of the harmless deposits that you find at the bottom of a bottle of very old wine. Number 6. They are antioxidants. This means that they react really strongly with oxygen, stopping other things getting damaged by the oxygen. And many studies have shown big links between consuming antioxidants and general health. Finally, number 7, they help the wine age. As your fruit flavours disappear over time, the tannins take their place, helping make flavours that we wine geeks call tertiary, which means things like mushrooms, forest floor, leather and tobacco. So there are a few important things here. Tannins are definitely the reasons why some wines need to age, or even that they can be aged at all in the first place. They're also the reason why some wines work so well with food. But all of this is just really important for helping you match the right wine with the right occasion. So grab some cheese or charcuterie and some nibbles and just taste the next couple of wines and see what happens when you combine them.